Welcome all of my corporate professionals. So in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can transition into the tech industry without previous tech experience. The tech industry is a booming industry and it will continue to thrive because it's one of the few industries that will probably never become outdated because it's the future, it's technology. And I think that's one of the main reasons why many people are looking to transition into that field. But many people struggle with knowing how exactly to break in without previous tech experience. Now, before I get into the tips of how to transition into the tech industry, I first want to crush one myth that many people have. And that's the idea that you need to come from a tech background or have a degree in computer science or have certifications or coding, anything of that nature to be able to get a tech job. That is simply not true. There are many people that have been able to break into tech with no tech experience at all from completely different industries, anything from construction to legal to anything, and I'm a typical example of that. So I came from a sales background and I was in furniture sales before I transitioned into the tech industry, and I landed my first tech role in cybersecurity. So I am living proof that that myth is not true. So now let's get into the tips that you would need to break into the tech industry. So the first tip is to have industry or job role familiarity. I know you're all probably thinking, well, I don't have tech industry experience, so that's not exactly what I mean. So when I say industry familiarity, what I mean by this is in the tech industry, there are many different fields, and some of those fields can be related to the field that you're in already. So, for example, if you work in finance, you can break into the fintech industry. Or if you work in healthcare, you can break into the health tech industry. If you are a lawyer, you can break into the legal tech industry. And that's kind of how it goes. So that could be your foot through the door because you already have familiarity with the industry that you're looking for. Leads into my next tip, which is focusing on the job role itself. What I mean by this is you want to apply for roles that you've done previously that are in the tech field. So, for example, it could be that you're applying for a sales position, but it's in the tech industry, for example, or you're applying for operations manager, but you're applying for it in the tech industry. So focus on the role. And what I mean by focus on the role is you want to make sure that you are emphasizing on your skills and experience in that particular role and how it relates to the role that you're applying for, because it's the same role, it's just in the tech industry. So you want to make sure that you're applying for a role that is requiring many of the skills and experience that you've already gained from the previous industry that you have been in. For example, if you work in sales, you might want to apply for a role that is requiring somebody to have great communicational skills, sales experience, things of that nature. And that way you can get your foot through the door because you've already have that skills and experience from your prior positions. In addition to that, make sure that you're also focusing on your soft skills. And I usually advise this to anyone that is making a career transition into any industry. When you don't have concrete hard skills experience, you want to make up for it by emphasizing on your soft skills. So your soft skills indicate more of your personality traits that make you competent to do a certain position. So whatever soft skills that the job role is requiring, explain how you have those soft skills or demonstrate how you have those soft skills, whether you're going to provide examples or anything of that nature. Just really emphasize on the soft skills that you have that will make you competent for the role that you're applying for. Just a bonus tip for that as well, that I always like to advise my clients especially is Anytime that you're applying for a role that you don't have experience in, always be sure to mention that you are adaptable and that you are a fast learner. And if you have examples of when you've shown adaptability or you've learnt a system fast at your previous position, make sure to hone in on that, because employers love somebody that they can mold, and this can work in your favor. The next tip that I would suggest is to get volunteer work. Now, I know this kind of contradicts what I said in the beginning, where I said that, you don't need prior tech experience to get a tech job, which you don't. However, this does help you become more desirable when you are applying for jobs. So get volunteer work in a tech industry. Obviously, it would be for free, but it just gives you a foot through the door. And let's say you do it for, 1 or 2 hours on a weekend. It gives your resume a boost, and it helps you to look more attractive to employers. Now, the next tip, which I'm sure you were all expecting, but kind of dreading at the same time, is making sure that you have tailored your CV. So make sure that your CV is reflective of the industry and the job role that you're applying for. Make sure it doesn't have any irrelevant information that would not be of use to an employer or will confuse them in a certain way. Make sure that you remove all of that information and that is fully tailored and positioned for the industry that you're applying for. If you really want to go above and beyond, because the tech industry is something that you're passionate about, for example, you might want to go ahead and enroll in a tech course, whether that's coding or UI and UX design. There are many computer science tech courses out there. And once you have those type of certifications for those type of courses that you've done, you'll become immediately very desirable to employers. So that is also another option that you can take. So that's all of my tips for today. Now, if you're currently in a situation right now where you're looking to make a career transition, whether it's in the tech industry or another industry, and you seem to be facing a lot of rejection or not getting the jobs that you want, and you want assistance and guidance, please feel free to look at my Killer Interview Premium Coaching Program on Interview Simplified. I will leave the link below. Also, if you want videos like this one where I'm giving you career advice and interview tips, then make sure that you subscribe. And last but not least, if you want daily tips on career guidance and interviews, then please follow my Facebook group. See you in the next video.